Hi everyone, it's Leslie from WeLoveJones.com and We Love Jones here on YouTube, and I'm coming to you. I'm starting to get ready for my homeschool year, 2017-2018 homeschool year. My son will be moving into K4, even though he's just 3. Well, he'll be turning 3. And I wanted to show you how my homeschool planner. I did not have a homeschool planner my first homeschool year, which was last year when he did K3. I just used my plum paper planner, and then there was a lesson planner that came with the curriculum. I started using that for a while, and that got me thinking, okay, next year I need to have a better plan. Last year my son used one curriculum that was all-inclusive. This year we're going to use different curriculums. So in this video, I'm going to show you my planner, and it's going to explain to you what curriculum we chose for the next school year, and then I'll do a separate video for each curriculum from there. This is a binder. This used to be my household management binder, and when I started using plum paper planners, I ignored this and I just put it away, figuring I'll find a new use for it in the future. 3 years later, I finally have a use for this binder. It's cloth, and this may not show in the video, but this is cloth. It's not plastic. I actually really like that about this binder, that it's cloth. And I like the way this binder opens up. I like the binders that don't put the 3-ring binders, the 3 rings here, they put it on the base. I just kind of glued some stickies. I'm not a big fan of stickies, but I had this lying around, so I just put it there in case I needed it. And here is the template, and I made this on Excel. They had the Excel. I just Googled lesson plan templates, and then I modified that template from there. And I'm going to plan a month in advance. So that's where there's 4 weeks, and then I have a supply notes and supply section in this last column. And over here I have it color coded and organized by subject. And so I only have one printed out, but because I'm not ready to lesson plan yet, but this is just to test it out. I'm gonna kind of try to plan the first month and see if this template is what is going to work for me. I have it organized by week and then by day. So yeah, let me tell you real quickly. We're going to stick with Bob Jones University Press's curriculum, but he's moving into the K4. He'll do that every day. And then his faith formation curriculum, he will also be every day. And then he'll have a health curriculum, because he's a picky eater. And so I want to kind of stress eating of fruits and vegetables. And so he'll do that Mondays and Tuesdays. He'll have Spanish on Wednesdays. And just exposure to conversational Spanish. Then we'll do piano on Thursdays, and I'll do a separate video for each curriculum, and then he'll have some sort of fitness on Fridays. And so that's how I organized this lesson planner, very customized to what we're doing with him this year. Let me turn this around. Here are my tabs: my year at a glance, days of school, his book list, field trips, and then his assessments, and I'll go through all of that in a second. Let's do year at a glance first. The Bob Jones K3 curriculum is August through April. It doesn't specifically say you should start in August, but it tells you that Unit 5 and 6 and 7 should probably, Unit 6 and 7 are November, December. And so it's a 13-unit curriculum, and so I divided it out. I put 4 weeks per month, and I divided all the units out by month. So first semester is August to October, second semester is November to January, and then the last semester is February to April. And so once I figured that out, how I was going to separate out all of that, it was easy to plan what unit we would be on each week in the school year. So this was actually really helpful to me to see how each curriculum would kind of fit with each other. And this is how I did this first before I did this lesson planner. I thought through what curriculum are we going to use. Would it be too much? Would it not be enough? And so yeah, I want to show you this first before I did a video for each individual curriculum. So here's how I broke out the Bob Jones curriculum, and this is his academic stuff. This is going to have phonics, his math, some social studies, and some science. So this is the core, what matters the most to me. And then this matters too, but this is his faith formation, and I'm using two separate curriculums. I'm going to use Bob Jones University Press's K-4 Bible Truths curriculum, and so that's what's in bold, those unit numbers. And then because I'm Catholic, I wanted to also kind of incorporate my Catholic curriculum that I bought last year but used very minimally, and I want to be more extensive with it this year. So, I italicized is the Catholic stuff. In bold is the Bob Jones Bible curriculum, which is a lot more comprehensive than the Catholic one. And like Unit 1 is 20 lessons for the month. Unit 2 is 10. And Unit 3 is 15. So I had to make sure there were 20 lessons for the Bob Jones each month. And so because Unit 2 was only 10, I took 10 lessons from Unit 3, and we're going to do the next 5 lessons in the following month. And then that's just how I did it out. So I wrote myself notes like, okay, this adds up to 20, this adds up to 20, this adds up to 20 or 15 because this is November. I only needed 10 lessons for December, and that's how I did it. All the other ones add up to 20 lessons. Now the Catholic stuff, it may seem like a lot when you're looking at it here. Here's 20 lessons in Unit 1 for Bob Jones Bible Truths, and then I have 3 chapters out of the Catholic curriculum. But each chapter is only a read aloud. It's just 2 pages, and so it's really basic. Really, really basic. And so this will not be a lot. I'll probably do this on weekends and then this during the week. The Catholic stuff on weekends and then this during the week. Because, being in our Bible and faith formation is an everyday thing, not just a weekday academic thing. So that was my philosophy on that. And then thank you, Homeschool of Bel-Air, for sharing with us that the USDA has free curriculum that you can order. And so my son's a picky eater. He's about to lose his feeding therapy and his occupational therapy. And so because of all that, I ordered a curriculum that was free from the USDA, and I split it out for the year. And they really just cover peaches, squash, cantaloupe, as you can see, and sweet potatoes, spinach, and strawberries. And so I broke the work out for the week, and he's only going to do this on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so I didn't have to overplan really for this. So anyway, when I do a video just on this curriculum, you'll see how this got organized out. For Spanish, I will have to show you the curriculum. It hasn't come in yet in the mail from Amazon, but I just took the chapters from on Amazon. Sometimes it has like a preview and you can look at the table of contents. So I just took the table of contents and I just separated out the chapters out of order. I don't know that I want to do it in order, so I just kind of put what I wanted to cover, and I've tried to complement what we were doing with Bob Jones that month. Wherever I could. It didn't always work out neat and tidy, but that was my philosophy on how I was going to break up the Spanish stuff. Piano, we're going to use piano. Piano is easy, piano by letter, and so he'll just every Thursday he'll have. So for the first 2 weeks he'll do Itsy Bitsy Spider, and then the last 2 weeks of August he'll do How Much Is That Doggy, and it's really basic. Like, it's not, you don't learn sheet music, you don't learn anything other than the letters on the key, and I'll show you when I do a video on that. It's really just an introduction to the instrument of a piano. It's not really meant to teach you anything other than basic melody and expose you to the piano. It's a really gentle introduction to music, and so that's why I chose it. So I just went through the preview on the website, and I chose what songs we would do. And again, I was trying to complement whatever we were doing that month in his core academic curriculum, because this is what's going to take the most time. So I liked being able to plan this ahead of time for the year. And then lastly, for fitness, my son is really into the Wiggles, and I'd like to do yoga. And then he does exercise with me when I exercise a couple times a week. And that's what TBP stands for. It stands for Trainer in Your Back Pocket. And I might do a separate video explaining what that is. And so because he does a lot of those workouts with me on Fridays, I want to make sure that he does either some yoga or some TBP. And so I just wrote in placeholders in there for what we might do that month. He's only going to do that on Fridays. So anyway, that is my year at a glance tab. My days of school. I saw on the Bob Jones website that you track the 100 days, the first 100 days of school during circle time. And so I wanted to have my own tracker for keeping track of the first 100 days of school. So I color coded the months. So this light blue is August. This darker orangey color is September. October. November is only 3 weeks. December is only 2 weeks worth of school. January is 4 weeks, and then so on and so forth till the end of the year. So that's why it's color coded. So I labeled, and I did this in Excel too. I labeled the weeks. So here's week 1, lessons 1 through 5, week 2, lessons 6 through 10, and this is mostly for Bob Jones. This is all for Bob Jones. But I like that I can kind of keep track and tick off the days as we go along, so that when we do circle time, I know where we're at. It's just one more way to keep myself accountable for that, for this. So I like to color code things. So book list. So unlike the K3 curriculum, the K4 curriculum comes with a book list that you can print off the website. Yay! So I know per week what books to get from the library. How helpful is this? It's amazing. So that's for Bob Jones, his academic curriculum. And then I added extra book lists. Let me get to what's in here. Here is Bob Jones. I found there's Latinas for Latino literacy. They had a summer reading list for books in Spanish or in books that are bilingual. So I printed the 0 to 4 and 4 to 8 books of these book lists. And then I also found a book list on teaching strategies. It's like a $2,000 curriculum, but they post for free their reading list in English titles and Spanish titles. So I'll be using this a lot to look for recommendations for books to read in Spanish. So that's all that's in here. I have several different reading lists that I can look, supplement these basics. So at minimum, he'll read this every week, plus anything else I pull from these other reading lists. His field trip planner here is August through April, and I copied and pasted what each unit title is, so I could kind of see what he's learning that month. And I tried to have a field trip planned each month that complements what they're learning. I didn't have a plan for January, so I left it blank because I don't know what would work for this. So anyway, that's what this is, a simple field trip idea as a field trip planner. I left a bunch of empty space in case other things came up or I had to change it or whatever. So this is my field trip planner. And my last tab is, so Bob Jones K4 curriculum has these assessments. So they have these developmental assessments. And then they have, which are not for the academic stuff. And then they have the unit assessments. And these are just observational. It's just for the teacher to observe, did they master these things at the end of each unit. And so I'm going to do this right now, since he's just finished his K3 curriculum. So I broke it out by semester. So I'll have one for where is he at developmentally when he ended K3, and then I'll have a unit assessment for the first few units, and then I'll reassess his development after unit 4, yeah, after Unit 4, I'll redo the developmental readiness to see where has he gotten after the first few units. And that's what I did that after each semester, and so then there'll be a final one. So I'll have unit assessments, and then I'll have developmental assessments that I can compare to see how he's improving over time. I loved that this was available on the Bob Jones website, and I will definitely be using this. So there are no tests, obviously, because it's just a K4 curriculum. But I want to be able to track and have a checklist for myself. Did he master these things? Are we ready to move on to the next unit? And it gives you some idea of how to score this, but it's really up to your own judgment to decide whether or not to move on. So that's this, and that's why that's so many pages. and then I just kept this folder in here. This used to be in here for what I used this binder for before. And right now it's empty because I don't know what'll end up in here, but I wanted to have the option to store other things in here that I didn't want to hole punch. So that's it. This is my homeschool planner for the school year 2017-2018. If you found this helpful, or if you would like any of these Excel templates, I'd be more than happy to make, if people comment below and say that they would like these templates, what I'll do is I'll reply to your comment, and I'll say, you know what, I'll make this available on my blog for free, because I don't feel right about charging for something I pulled off of Microsoft and that I just modified myself. So I'll make this available. I'll probably just create a button on my homeschool, on my blog, our blog, welovejones.com. But I'm not going to do it now because for all I know, nobody's interested in any of these documents that I have created. So there's this document, there's this one, there's this one, and the field trip one. So if any of this interests you, let me know, and I will make it available. So please like this video if you found this helpful. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Next to the subscription button, there's like a little icon of a little bell, and if you click on that, you'll get notified anytime I post a new video. And follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And I think that's it. Thanks everybody for stopping by We Love Jones, and I hope everyone is having a great day. Take care. Bye.